Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the month of May 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a broader view of your month, be sure to check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I am going to start with a Celtic cross spread for the tarot reading, and we'll close off with an oracle card message. So I'm going to lay out these cards, then I'll go through each of the positions and then go into the meanings and clarifications. So far it seems like you have pretty intense cards. Right. In the current situation in the focus, you have, or the center of the situation in focus, you have the Priestess, High Priestess, in terms of what crosses or complements it, you have the Two of Wands. What is above is the Hanging Man. What is below is the Justice card. In the past, you have the Ace of Swords. In the near future, you have the Eight of Wands. In the position of your kind of attitude view of the situation, you have the Five of Wands. In the area of your external influences or the environment, you have the Star card. In the hopes and fears, you have the King of Cups, and in the outcome, you have the Three of Wands. So I am seeing you have Wands, you have Cup, you have a Sword. I don't see Pentacles here. So kind of getting a sense of having to do with, career possibly moving. But let's dig into this. In terms of the situation in question with the High Priestess, it is basically tapping into your intuition and your sense of awareness of what's around you. What I'm noticing right now is in this High Priestess card, this individual has their eyes closed, and this Justice card, which is like the foundation, what's below the situation, this individual has like no eyes or eyes closed. And here in the past, the Ace of Swords, there is eyes open. And then the King of Cups, eyes are open. And the Star card, you can't really see if their eyes are open. And the Hanging Man, you can't see if their eyes are open. So it's a kind of a sense of really maybe even seeing your own truth. Because what you have above the Hanging Man is not struggling against the bindings and just surrendering themselves up, looking at things from a different perspective and kind of releasing their ego in the process. The Hanging Man comes before the Death card, which is about loss, of releasing what's no longer for your best and highest good, a sense of transformation. And the Hanging Man is kind of preparing for that. With the Justice card here in what's below, it's almost a sense of balance, fairness, justice. And with the Ace of Swords in the position in the past, it could be that there was some type of victory, maybe like a legal victory that you were able to get, maybe a sense of clarity, something you were able to cut something away, and you're able to kind of be in a situation where your sense of truth, your sense of um, your truth, your understanding, and your connection with your intuition and your environment, you're able to allow yourself to release things that perhaps, in the past you had to hold on to in order to get to this point of the Ace of Swords. So with the Two of Wands kind of crossing or complementing this High Priestess card, it's a sense of moving outside of your comfort zone, moving out of what you know and pursuing something that is, a desire but also unknown. In terms of your view of the situation, your attitude, you've got this Five of Wands, which is about conflict. It's about instability, competing goals, competing desires, competing ideas, priorities of what should occur. In terms of your environment with the Star, it's about getting balance and clarity and healing, so that you can proceed forward with certain clarity. So here, this might be like clarity in the sense of like logic or some type of understanding of how a process works. This kind of clarity here in the environment is a sense of kind of almost calming your fears. Fears usually are associated with swords, but it also can be these fears of like not doing, not being able to be on the same page and just like wasting your energy and burning out entirely. With the King of Cups being in your hopes and fears, some of you, it seems like there is an individual that you are kind of wanting to connect with. This also could be someone that you have connected with, perhaps like a parent figure, a father figure, someone who really was able to connect with their environment with ease, were able to be compassionate and caring and supportive and all those things. And then with the outcome, the Three of Wands, it's almost as if you've really make this decision to pursue what you don't really know. And the near future is Eight of Wands. It's happening quick. You're on your way. You're moving forward. But it seems for at least what you've been going through is a sense of suspension and really like feeling out things. So let's get into clarifying some cards. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords in the past. What's that? You have the Four of Wands. So that's celebrating a milestone. For some of you, this could have been, what's the word? Maybe you received a degree, some type of license, certificate, something where you have more experience, knowledge, you're an expert in some area. And here it's kind of like you're taking that, it's like a start, it's a victory of completing like an education or apprenticeship, but also it is a clarity and knowledge to pursue whatever it is that you were learning. Let's take a look at the Hanging Man, since that's really what is above, what's kind of like what you're thinking. You have the King of Pentacles. So for some of you, it could be that you are really trying to pursue a future where you are, what's the word, financially stable, where you are being able to protect others. You have a certain sense of status, but here in terms of the hopes and dreams, there's the King of Cups, where perhaps you are, thinking that really what you want to accomplish is more based on your connection with others as opposed to the material wealth you can obtain. So it also could be, thoughts of, if these are individuals, for those that this might pertain to a love situation, this could be that a King of Pentacles you had something with, maybe you still have something with, or you're wondering if it is something you should give up. So let's take a look at what's below with this Justice card here. And Justice card is your card, Libra. So you have the Six of Swords, which is about, transitions, moving into calmer waters, and really being between two shores and not exactly sure how to navigate once you reach the other shore. But it's a sense of wanting a balance, wanting to get a understanding and control over a certain situation. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this High Priestess card, which is ultimately at the heart of the situation. You have the Ace of Cups. So definitely tapping into that intuition of yours, Libra. At the foundation of everything, the base of it, you'll always have your ability to use reason and logic and facts and analyze the situation so it balances out the way it needs to balance out. But here it seems like the focus is tapping into, your intuition, recognizing your connection with the ability to create a connection with pretty much anything you want to, and have an understanding that this cups, this Ace of Cups, can really take you everywhere you want. So let's look at this Two of Wands, which is, what's crossing you or what's complementing you. You have the Hanged Man again. So it's interesting that you have, this concept of balance, and then needing to see things from a different perspective altogether. It's not about balance in the Hanged Man. It's about doing something that might be uncomfortable, but it almost takes takes the mind off of the superficial things, the ego, and really forcing to see things in a different perspective to gain a higher sense of awareness. So let's see here. Let's take a look at your environment, the external influences here. You have the King of Wands. You have another king. So which king is missing here? You have the King of Swords that's missing, but you have the Ace of Swords, and you have your card, which is the Justice card. And so really it's almost as if you're trying to like obtain, like, I'm thinking of it as like bodybuilding, but in terms of the four elements, like really gain a sense of to strengthen your connection with your ability to manifest what you want into reality, your ability to kind of go into the unknown and connect with your intuition to pursue passions and desires. It's almost as if you are really kind of witchcrafting this whole, like tapping into your sense of your powers and how far you can go with it, like where it can take you. And here with your environment being the Star, which is, it's a sense of healing, but also a sense of clarity and hope. With the King of Wands, it's as if once you gain this clarity, you could pursue whatever you want. Since this is an external kind of force, it's almost as if it's like the universe is encouraging you to really like pursue whatever your dreams are, like make it happen, witchcraft that, whatever you want, and like increase your ability to do whatever you want. So let's see what's up with this Five of Wands, which is like conflict, instability, competing desires, and so forth. You have the Ten of Swords, and that is pretty much hitting rock bottom. So it could be like this situation over here that really came from a place of needing to maybe give up something already, and you are concerned about having to be at a place where you have to start all over again and leave behind something. So let's look at this King of Cups and your hopes and fears. You have the Nine of Cups, which is, a sense of confidence, being happy, being content. So here it is a sense of like you wanting to achieve these things. For those that this has to do, or you think, or hoping that this has to do with love, I'll go through it, seeing it from the point of view of love, but really I see it more as like tapping into your own power to control the outcome of whatever it is you want in the future, whether it's love, whether it's career, moving, whatever that is. So let's take a look at the near future, which is the Eight of Wands. You have the Page of Swords. So I see this, basically things are going to be happening fast. You're going to be gaining information. Stay curious, and basically, gather information as you kind of move forward and test things out. Don't be afraid to kind of try out what you're wanting. See if you can manifest something into reality. And with the Three of Wands, you have the Magician. So definitely manifesting whatever you want into reality. Really kind of witchcrafting this whole thing. And, becoming like expanding greater than you were or are, and really planning for what you can accomplish. Definitely here I do see like the High Priestess knows everything and can be connected with everything. The Magician makes what is kind of not in existence come into existence. This knowledge, this sense of being able to tap into things. Magician is the one that makes it into reality. So I do see it as like building up muscles in the different areas, different suits, so that you can manifest what you want into reality. So if I look at this from the viewpoint of just like a love relationship, then it kind of seems like the situation is like you having a new offer of love and kind of feeling that out, feeling the situation, but really not sure what you want to do with it, because here you're not sure if you should let go of this person because in the past you guys maybe got moved into a house together, signed a lease together, whatever it is. And here it's like there's going to be a legal issue of, who's on the lease. Someone has to leave. And it's going to be kind of, what's the word? I want to say cold in the breakup or the separation of things. And in terms of looking at it, it's like nothing but really, fighting and just annoying, like minor annoyances. But then someone's going to get like betrayed, and someone's like going to wish that this never even happened in the first place. And really, in their environment, they're probably going to, in your environment, you're going to uh, try to heal by pursuing someone else. Um, and that's going to happen pretty quick because you are chomping at the bit. You really want to make this happen because here, in terms of the hopes and fears, you have, you really are hoping this turns out to be a real love connection, and feeling confident about yourself. But the flip side of that is that you guys are just really drinking too much. Possibly drinking too much and not looking at the reality and kind of being in a little dreamland, but that ultimately you're going to want to pursue something different, and you're going to be wanting to, yeah, create a different view of love. So that's my little mini love reading of this. Same cards, but I'm not seeing this as a specific love situation. I'm seeing this as you really building up your ability to take on anything and accomplish anything. So before we end off, I'm going to be pulling an oracle card here to see which animal totem guides you this month, Libra. You have hummingbird, miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Well, you can make miracles happen, and you're starting off with this Ace of Cups to spread the miracle of happiness, and I am eager to see what other miracles you make happen. I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your month, and we'll see you next time. Take care.